Okay, well, we're back with some BX Dungeons and Dragons tonight. So we left kind of on a cliffhanger the last time we played, with the skin of a bear seemingly animated by some unknown force, ripping through trees and heading in your direction. So, those people that are going to die tonight include Richard. Who you play?
Hi there, I'm Richard. I am playing Scrumbleshanks, the person who is definitely not in the direct path of the skin of the bear. He's also a halfling and is level... He went up a level, so I cannot remember the number as easily now. He's now level 6. Yes, that's the number.
Good number for a halfling. Very good number.
Half a dwarf.
Jameis, who you got tonight?
Jura, I'm playing Galen Rayholm, the Cleary of Priest. He happens to be level 8. And beer!
Okay. Bill, who you got?
Well, yes, I am playing Radnor the Large. He is a 9th level wizard, and he is very large.
Yes, he is. And Dion. Dion, who you got?
Hi, I'm Dion. Tonight I am playing Stoltine Reinbach the 7th. He is a level 4 cleric. Yes, the 7th.
Okay. I just kind of scattered your figures there. If you, whoever would be normally in the front of the party, go ahead and move your character up a little bit. Try to keep in this. All right, so Stoltime right here. Try to keep in the squares around Stoltime. So the 9 squares around him. So whoever would be kind of leading up front, whoever would be in the back, put yourself in the back.
I don't even know if we have an order like that. I mean, we were tracking the person, so I think we would just be spread out looking for stuff. I don't know.
Completely fine. Galen is your ranger, though, so he was probably ahead, trail breaking, if nothing else.
I'm so glad he noticed the bear coming at us and warned us, and didn't let it get really close. Then,
yeah, he warned you by saying "bear."
Well, how are we supposed to know what he meant?
Exactly. I mean, that could mean anything. Really, it could mean anything. All right. So, the words that we always like to start a session off with: roll for initiative. And Scrimbleshanks, Richard, you're at the top of my list. So roll a d6.
Stop being first into the pool there. It's a 6, though. It's a 6.
All right. Richard, you are you do have like my secondary key, so you could always just sit on the bottom and wait for the first person to come on, and then put yourself on. Then that works. Okay, here we go. So Bear and friends will go on a 1. So that makes sense. Galen, you just shouted bear and are pointing in this direction. As you guys see this, it's not the corpse of a bear. It's literally a bear skin that something seems to be wearing. Some kind of shadowy, something that's very hard to look at. You look at it, it's just pools of blackness. It kind of your brain goes a little foggy and it's hard. Your eyes cross. It's hard to look at it. So it's easier just to look at the pelt that it's wearing. There, we'll start there, and also let's do this. Starting 50, so 50 feet is the encounter distance.
From whom?
From Galen, we'll say. So let's get nice
good.
Squares, 10, 20, 30, 40. There we go. So each square is 10 feet. We'll do it that way. Okay, you guys can act first. Galen has shouted bear, maybe with a question mark behind it.
What is it? Anybody spellcasting, then ranged, then melee, right? Yeah.
It's actually ranged, spellcasting, melee. But yeah, the question being, is anyone spellcasting? So bear's not spellcasting. Anybody on your side spellcasting?
I'm not going to cast a spell from memory.
Okay. So then it would be missile first.
Does that?
Well, I was casting.
You're casting. Yeah, well, missile still goes before casting, though.
Okay, cool.
Doesn't look like missiles are going off.
No one. Okay, magic. What's your magic in Galen?
Turn undead.
Okay.
If it does anything, I don't know, but it's what I'm doing.
Yeah, you can roll it if you want.
Yeah, it doesn't get the highest level, but you know.
You got to work on your encouragement there, Bert.
Right. Well, something might have been affected by that, but it's certainly not the bear. It is not, in fact, an undead that can be
I
dispersed.
was very moved.
Your skeleton just jumped right out of all the fleshy bits and just ran away. Actually, I think Galen destroys your skeleton at this point.
I was going to say, it doesn't happen
Yeah,
to
pretty much.
Shoreline, right?
It doesn't.
Is
No,
Shoreline?
no. Time is not turned in much the same way the bear is not turned.
Oh. So Shoreline and the
someone else
bear are
said-
similar. All right, now we know that.
All right, so that spell,
Yes.
unless Radnar, did you say you were casting something from memory?
I was going to use a wand.
Okay, that would have been missile. So go ahead and use it now if you want.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was not sure where that came. I'm going to use my wand of magic missiles and cast at the beast.
Sure.
Okay, this is the type use the fireball. So what did you do? Magic missile.
Yeah. 50 feet is well within your magic missile, so go ahead and roll the damage for it.
I don't want to catch the whole forest on fire.
I mean, yeah, it is surrounded by dead wood.
Now? You worried about that now?
Well, now that he has a vested interest in the place not burning down, as he is a stakeholder in the area, I mean, maybe you'll be kinder to the wilderness. Maybe.
Okay, so 3d6 plus 3, that's 13.
13. Okay. Well, your screaming skulls fire off and hit the pelt. They seem to be absorbed by whatever the black mass is that's wearing the pelt, but it does stagger a little bit. It seems to have had some effect.
Okay, recorded that number in the token, so
Yep.
it must be vulnerable to magic.
It has done something. And again, the jaws of the pelt open up, and there's this kind of silent roar that you more feel than hear. Okay, who's next? That would be melee if no one else has missile.
I mean, it's too far away.
I'm gonna spread out. I'm gonna go like off this way.
Okay.
I cast the wrong spell, but I didn't know that until I tried. Oh well, never mind.
Scrimbleshanks, what are you doing?
I mean, I don't want to be the one who does set the forest on fire, but my plan was to get out a torch and
Okay.
set it alight and then wave it in the bear's face. But I mean, it's 50 foot away, so I guess I just get out a torch and set it on
Light
fire
it.
this round.
Yeah, that's fine. You can pull out your torch and get it lit this round. That's fine. All right,
I'm
so
not
the
sure
bear
about the-
goes.
Bird swarm tokens that he has on the board that are quite large.
Yeah, I'm not enjoying that either.
With surprising speed, the bear
Not that surprising.
launches itself forward much faster than you would think something so large. Maybe.
Hey,
Good go.
How you doing?
Slamming itself into Galen Rayhorn.
Well, it's got to make a
Let's
bash
see
attack.
here. Plus 6 to hit. So
You've got a good chance. You can do it.
Not Bert gone for a 6.
not with a
No.
roll that low.
Woo!
Yeah, it's it is kind of ungainly, even though it is very fast, and it just kind of goes past you. So I'm going to move him here as it just kind of passes you by.
Backstab. Thief backstab.
Not a thief!
And then as it does so, erupting from this tree line, and the tree line over here, at first it's just a very large flocks of birds. And everybody go ahead and roll me a d6. Everybody can.
Jesus Christ.
Looking for a 1 or a 2 if you're...
1!
4. I'm distracted by the bear.
Yeah!
Yep, 3. The bear's got my attention.
3
Well,
is the best
Stoltheim
number.
notices the birds are very similar. They're husks of birds. There's some kind of black roiling mass in them, and they are disconcertingly staying in very large groupings. So as they descend upon Stoltheim, probably why you saw it.
Oh god! Oh god!
Oh, 17 plus 3 is 20.
I have an
Okay, so that hits
AC
a
of
negative
3.
2.
That hits me.
All right. So they kind of just kind of bomb you one after another. These things kind of swoop down, and the razor edge of their claws and beaks kind of just make numerous slashes into your exposed skin. It's all one attack, but yeah, it's not a happy one. 8 points of damage
Oh.
as numerous cuts and scratches appear on your
Oof.
exposed skin, and
Okay.
you're in the middle of this column of flapping birds that have kind of circled you, and they're kind of coming up from the. They continue to cycle themselves through as they attack and go up and attack and go up. So you're all but contained within this huge flock of birds. This other flock is going to be moving in this direction, high in the sky. We will say 50 feet up. So this one's still fairly high in the sky, moving towards you guys.
What kind of birds are they, Bert? Are they a flock of seagulls?
Well, considering you failed your spot roll, you have no idea. Birds ran from the trees. That's really all you know. That's all you know. All right, so Jameis, you are up for rolling for your side's initiative. Is anyone on your side casting?
What's the range of the squares? How big are the squares?
10 foot.
Okay, so
And the bear is not currently in melee with anyone as it rushed past you.
well, in that case,
I'm
I'll change
casting.
which ones.
Casting? Okay. Galen, are you casting?
Yep. Yeah, I'll cast.
The birds are casting.
Ooh, neat. Okay, anyway, I'm rolling a d6. What am I doing?
Go ahead.
6.
Nice. So, no one's got missile unless Radnar's using his magic wand again.
No, I'm getting
right.
out of the way this time.
Magic, go for it.
I cast. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Allies within 20 square area will not yet in melee gain a +1 bonus to attack and damage, a +1 bonus to morale. Bless.
Sure, everybody except for Stoltheim then.
You ran away. That's what it was when you ran away. I bless us everyone at this time of joy.
Okay. Radnar, you were casting. Oh, well, no, Stoltheim was casting, right?
Yeah, I cast Protection from Evil.
Mm-hmm.
You're safe from yourself.
So I get a +1 saving throws against attacks or special abilities of them. And their attacks are penalized by -1. And yeah. Are they an enchanted, constructed, or a summoned creature? Because if so, they additionally prevent them from attacking the caster in melee, though they can still make ranged attacks. If the caster engages a creature in melee, the protection is broken.
Okay. Yeah, they are in fact constructs. Or they would count
Ooh.
as constructs. All right. Was anyone else casting, Radnar?
No, I didn't. Instead, I was casting. I was going to take a fighting retreat and back up a little bit.
You're not in melee, so you can just move.
Okay. So that's what I'll do this time.
Jameis, do you have to stay within the 20 feet to keep your blessing?
It's not clear. It just says allies within.
You can move. Yeah. If it doesn't
bonus.
say you must stay within the number of feet, then I'm going to rule that it stays. It's good. They just have to be there at the beginning of the spell.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right. So have you moved yourself, Galen? Or not Galen?
I'm not moving.
Yes, I have.
Radnar. Okay, under a tree. I see you.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh no, there's a third one down the bottom that I didn't see before. That's not good.
Skimbleshits?
Right, well, I was waiting for the thing to close on her, so I plunged my torch into its dark underbelly, furry underbelly, whatever. So, you just want me to make a attack with that?
Melee attack, yeah.
Yeah, all right, I'm just going to roll my longsword then. Hi-ya! I hit an AC 3.
Okay, it's armor class 5, so you hit it. So a torch will do a d6 damage. So roll a d6.
Plus one.
That's a D8. Okay, so D6 plus one. Oh, because of your bless.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Mhm.
Pew,
Roll minimal.
pew,
At least 2
pew.
points.
5.
15. Okay. All right. The creature recoils from it a bit, but it does not catch on fire. But it does seem to hurt it.
Does it illuminate what the black mass is? Because
It
that's
doesn't.
really-
Actually, when you plunge the fire into the dark mass, the light of the fire is extinguished. But then when you pull it back after jabbing it, it's still there. Almost like you would put like a torch into a darkness spell. Right?
Well, it's interesting to know.
Okay. I believe that's everyone on your side. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, everybody except for Stoltheim, who is protected, make me a save versus spell.
Maybe. Here we go.
And yes,
Thank
another
you.
mass of birds is flying high above there, Radnar.
I'm trying to.
Am I in darkness again? Because
Oh my.
okay.
Galen's failed, Scrimbleshanks failed. How about you, Radnar?
I'm trying to get to my thing. Okay.
And remember, you guys all have the bonus to your saves because of the bless, I believe. Wait,
That
no,
doesn't.
it's the
doesn't
protection
help.
spell that gives you that. Hmm.
So
Yeah,
no
that's
bonus.
yeah.
No,
Actually,
Perception.
Stoltheim, now that I'm
Perception
thinking
from-
about it, no, go ahead and roll it too, because it doesn't really matter if the one above you can't affect you, everyone else can. So go ahead and roll your save versus spell as well, but you get the
Isn't
bonus.
everyone else a construct as well?
I get a
Wait,
bonus.
do or don't get.
Yeah. It's okay, so it'll make more sense when I explain what's going on.
Fine. Yep.
So with
The inside.
I
the
do or I
bonus,
don't
you still
get
fail. Okay. Sorry, go ahead, Radnar.
Do I get the bonus when I roll the save?
You don't get a bonus on it.
Okay. No problem. Here we go. Yay!
Everybody failed.
Everybody
Great.
failed. So there's just this cawing cacophony that goes on. So it's not a specific attack against you, Stoltheim. It's just if you have ears, you hear it. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
So like
and it
there's
was
this
kind of a
screeching.
ranged attack anyway. So
Yep, it's just this screeching cacophony going on. Each of you guys roll a d4. That's how many rounds you can't do anything, but just basically drop to the ground, holding your ears.
woo, I'm out. That's it. Me done.
Okay.
Unfortunately, you're the one with the heavy armor, so you know.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Okay, most of you are fine.
It's that sensitive elf hearing.
Mhm. So those of you that rolled a 1, so for your next round, you will be gripping your ears, and then after that, you're fine. Now the bear attacks. It's a good question. Scrimbleshanks and Galen, you both failed, right?
Yep.
Everybody
50-50.
failed.
Odd as Scrimbleshanks, even as Galen.
Scrimbleshanks wins again.
Yep. All right. It attacks you, Galen. You won't
No,
get
odd
your
is
dexterity,
Scrimbleshanks.
but you'll get your. I'm sorry.
Odd is Scrimbleshanks.
Oh, Scrimbleshanks. I'm sorry.
Scrimbleshanks wins. He won.
yeah.
This prize is a bear attack.
Okay. Here we go. So what's your AC without a dex bonus if you had one?
I don't even know.
Mine is the same as with the dex bonus.
So 6.
Oh, it misses. Yeah, you fall to the ground, and you're such a small target. It lunges at you, and
Is
just-
it
given it
greater than
takes-
man size? It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
So yeah, I get a bonus, so it's great. So it's slightly better than that. But hey,
Yeah. so it
Because
misses
it's so
you.
large anyway. Now, bird.
These birds
Maybe a word.
can't do anything to Stoltheim, so they're going to go and feast on Galen.
is their scoring not their action?
Well, they didn't all caw.
All right.
This one right here they're just hovering above the tree. They know something tasty went under there. This is the one that cawed, and it's staying there. And that's their actions. So starting the next round, everyone failed, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Everyone failed. Okay, so I'm just going to take my action. We don't need to roll for it. The bear is going to try and hit Scrimbleshanks again. If I can get it to turn without... There we go. Boom. My goodness, I can't roll anything tonight.
It's because I'm grabbing my heads and moving out of the way like this. So you can't
Yeah.
hit me.
It actually gets multiple attacks if it can land the first one, which it can't so far. This block is going to do the thing that it did to Stoltheim, where it descends and starts to peel off, and each one of them are doing attack upon Galen. Galen, you didn't have a dex bonus to begin with. So that would make it minus... It hits a -4.
I am a -4.
Okay, so it hits you.
Because unfortunately, Bliss doesn't affect that. I need protection from evil to do the other one.
Yep. 8 points of damage. It's like just all of your exposed fleshy bits are pecked at and torn and cut, and they kind of descend again in this funnel. So like you're in the middle of it, kind of obscured by them as they continue to flap around. This pile is going to head towards Stoltheim, but is oddly repelled. Go figure.
That's Stoltheim.
All right, so that's the round where none of you can act. So next round, Radnar, roll a d6 for your side. Is anybody casting on your side?
I am casting.
I can't.
You are casting. Okay. I am not casting. So go ahead and roll the d6 there, Radnar. You guys are doing well with the initiative this time around.
All right.
Those of you that are casting, go ahead, cast. That can. Galen is still holding his ears for the next 3 turns.
And Stoltheim's also out for another couple of turns.
Okay.
I would like to cast Fireball centered on myself.
So you're going to burn the tree because you're under a tree. Keep
Yes.
that in mind. Okay.
It's the price you got to pay.
Okay.
All right.
What is the radius of fireball?
20 feet.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's going to kick basically the
Not
whole
gonna catch
tree.
anyone.
And actually, if
Yeah.
it's 20 feet, you're not going to catch the birds either. You would know this.
Really?
Birds are
Okay.
50 feet above you.
Could I shoot the fireball up? Because that's who I'd be going for.
What's the range of the spell?
It's like
Oh,
120
gosh.
or something.
I think
Yeah.
it's pretty big.
It's pretty big. So unless they're like several hundred feet in the air.
Yep.
I'm
All right.
probably-
Yeah. So if you want to center it on them instead,
Yes.
go ahead.
I was under the impression they
Oh.
were right there with me.
All right.
Range 240.
All right. I
So-
kept trying to roll the dice on the StreamYard screen.
They do not save for half. So go ahead and roll all your damage.
Okay, I believe that's just 96.
Only. Oh dear.
23 could have
Yeah,
been
don't
better.
bother.
Okay. Yeah, they just burn into cinders. Wings and bits of dried feather just kind of drift to the ground. Whiffs of dark smoke, as if you had burned something that was like dry and old. Just very dark, burning fumes kind of wafted into the air, but gone.
Alrighty then.
Okay.
Scramble.
Spells for your side. So melee.
Grimbleshanks does his dramatic actions. Having tried to set the darkness on fire and it not working, he will try to set the bearskin on fire and see if that has any other effect. He's still using his torch to attack, so there we go. Where is my thing to press the buttons? There it is.
Should ask the lice if they want to return home.
Hey, and you can do that on your next action. I hit an AC
nice.
0, and I will do. That's
Okay.
not the right.
Do a
Die,
D6
I
damage, and then
Yep.
roll me percentile dice.
I do 2, and then what?
Plus
Am
1 for
I
this.
doing for lucky, or am I just
Nope,
rolling a D100?
just roll 50% chance
Right.
of it catching on fire.
94.
Catches on fire. So every turn on your turn, whether you do anything else or not, roll a d6 of damage as it continues to
All
burn.
right.
Yes, you've
An
caught
extra-
the
an extra-
belt on fire.
An extra point burnt because of bliss.
Oh, right, yes.
Yeah.
It won't affect the ongoing fire, but affects your attack. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, yeah, it's burning. Not well, as it's a little wet, but it has caught fire.
Ew.
yeah, this
Yeah.
horrible smell. Yeah.
The rest of you are still out, holding your ears. So, all right. So, Galen, they continue to cut at you. The paper cuts of 1,000 deaths.
That's what's going to kill me. More than anything else.
Oh, you've turtled. You've pulled in all your fleshy bits into your armor. As they ping off of you. It's kind of like the sound of rain on a tin roof as they smack into your armor. Scribbleshanks, the bear, is going to try and attack you. Well, so that's 19, so hits AC 1.
I am AC. No, I'm 3. Yep. So, yeah.
It hits. Okay, so it gets off a flurry of attacks then. What it hits with is a bite first. And then as it's biting you for 7 points of damage, it's going to get 2 claw attacks as it holds you and tries to rend your soft middle bits, which is not automatic, still has to roll. So that's 1 hit.
It's going to hit the same thing, yeah.
And a miss. So one of the claws hits you. The claws are not as bad. Oh, well, maybe 8 points of damage.
That's worse, but hey, we'll just say it's better.
Okay. This group, not understanding why it can't hurt Stoltheim, it's going to go this way.
Come over here.
It's going to go hover over Radnar again.
Will they never learn?
Okay, that's my turn. And
Well,
then,
not if you kill them, they won't learn.
some of you now can act again. Galen's the only one still unable to act.
This is only the second
was out
round.
'cause
Stoltheim.
he was 3.
Oh, Stoltheim was 3? Okay. Well, Stoltheim is going to roll the d6 for initiative regardless. And is anyone casting?
I am casting.
I am casting too. Wow,
Yes.
you and your high
Yeah.
initiative rolls.
We
Nice.
may be crap at
Just
everything
gonna-
else, but we can roll high for
Yes!
Are you just
Oh,
Simultaneous.
going to stomach me for the entire battle there, Bert?
All right, go ahead and do your spell. Even if you take them out, though, they will still get a chance to get their spell off Radnar, the one above you is who's casting. Go ahead. What are you casting?
I'm going to cast Fireball again.
Wow. How many times you got that memorized?
I've got 2 of them, but I've also got spell rings and a couple of scrolls.
Mm-hmm.
20.
Would a spell ring count as missile attack and thus go before the magic?
No, it's still so the spell storing actually casts a spell instead of having a spell like effect. So
if you had a wand of fireballs, that would go before them actually casting.
yes. So 15 means they do save for half, so they only take 10 points of damage off of that fireball. So that is not enough to kill them, but regardless, they do get their spell off. Radnar, make me a save versus Dragon's Breath. Basically, it's a deck save in this game, is what it is. But Dragon's Breath is the same.
Oh, that's yeah. Fuck. Here we go. Yes.
Success.
Yes.
So, out of the black underbellies of all of these flying creatures, black inky tentacles kind of lash down and just kind of thrash the tree line, trying to come down and entangle you. It's like ripping all the branches and foliage off this tree as they flash about, and you just kind of quite agile for the bulky frame of Radnar, just kind of duck and roll, and you get out of the way.
A surprisingly deft move for Radnor the Large.
Yep. This does also have the effect that the bird carcasses that the thing is wearing all just kind of drop to the ground, long dead birds, and the tentacles are all in the trees, kind of trying to rope around and find you. Okay. So that was magic.
A big fight to the death with the bear here. I assume I don't actually need to like break out of the bear's hold or anything. I'm still free to.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
The bite. Well, simultaneous attack. So.
Yeah. So it is on fire. I can't make it more on fire, but
Another d6 because of roll for the fire.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm still gonna use the torch. So
Sure.
here is a torch attack.
It seems to be effective. It's doing something to it.
Yeah, and I'm gonna keep going against the skin of the bear, seeing as that caught on fire. So,
Okay.
You know, that was more effective. AC 8. I do
that's
1 damage,
still
so I don't think that works.
AC 7. You had AC 7.
Oh,
still
7. Yes, sorry, I keep
misses.
forgetting.
Okay.
But go ahead and do your torch damage of a d6.
Yep, and the d6 damage with the torch is 2 because.
No. Why have you got the +1 there for the torch?
Oh, I guess it's not. I
Yeah.
don't know.
It's an
blast doesn't
ongoing
happen?
effect from the fire. It's not really your attack, so
Yeah. Minimum
well,
damage.
it continues to burn some.
All right.
It will get its attack off though, as it tries again its little death sequence. That's gonna miss.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Galen, you're still
Roll
you
bits.
can't do anything, but they are going to attack you since it's a simultaneous thing. Yeah, same
No.
thing. You hear a lot of pings as it smacks off the armor. And yeah, that's round. Now Stoltheim is free to act in this round. Back at the top, though, Richard, you'll be rolling a d6 for your side. Is anyone casting? Galen is the only one still affected by the cacophony of.
Yeah, streak is broken. Time for
Are you
one.
casting, Bill?
Oh, yeah, I want to cast.
Okay, Stoltheim, you're free to act this round. Are you casting or not casting?
I don't think I have. Well, I can try this. Yeah, I'm casting.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Hmm.
They get a 1. It's simultaneous. Nobody's casting on their side. So
Okay,
your
so-
casting goes first then. Unless someone's got missile. None of mine's have missile.
This is a single creature.
Yes. Axe is a single creature.
Well, and how far above it is me?
It's
How
not.
far-
It's on the ground with you now. It's just a bunch of black worms, like a mass of black worms is what it looks like.
Ah. Well, I wonder what will happen as I am casting Radnor's Dyspeptic Bowels.
Oh no!
It is a construct. You
Oh,
cast
okay.
a spell, but it's not a living thing, so it does nothing to it.
Okay.
Okay, so
And
that was spells.
I'm casting Blight.
Blight. Okay.
Mhm.
What does Blight do for you?
It's
the
a reverse
universal
of
base.
Bless. It incurs a -1 penalty to morale, attack, and damage rolls of enemies within a 20-foot square. Save versus spell can resist it.
There's
I'm
nothing
trying to
within
hit.
20 feet of you.
No, it's a 60-foot
that's the move.
range. And then it's a
Okay.
20-foot square.
Okay,
So,
gotcha. So
I wanna hit-
which one are you targeting?
I'm doing a 20-foot square. I'm clicking the wrong map.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right here. Right here, so I hit both of them.
Sure, the bear and the thing.
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, good enough. That works.
Send your blight on Scrimbleshanks. That is the way.
All right.
No, it only says enemies.
So we're into
So
melee
do you take it?
now. let's start with Radnar. You tried to cast a spell. The worms are going to try and crush you beneath their weight as they flail about and miss horribly. Never has a fat man been so agile.
I'm just weaving around and avoid the attacks. I look really
Sure.
bad.
Galen, they continue to try and pierce through your shell. That hits.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you peek out a neck or a hand or something. It's 2 points of damage.
Immediately penalized.
And then Scrimbleshanks. Go ahead and do your attack first if you want to
Yeah,
attack.
just. Why are you not? Oh, because I'm not. Right. A terrible miss!
Good thing we're not doing crit misses. But go ahead and do your damage.
But it still takes d6, which is 6 this time.
Nice. Okay, so the fur is blazing now, and you're starting to see bits of the tanned leather beneath the fur starting to curl up into smoke as well. And as it's doing that, you're noticing that the black mass beneath it, parts of it that are exposed to the sunlight, what little there is still out in the day to day, seems to make it burn off. Like you're seeing it kind of. Okay, it will still get its attack in though.
On its belly in order to.
So boom, it misses. You're just such a small target, and it's just not able to really do anything effective towards you. And I believe that's everybody. And Galen, you can now act this new round. I believe. All right. This round I am casting. Anybody on your side?
Yes, I plan on casting. Of course,
Yeah, I'm going to cast it.
Early we go, but
go early, everybody. Then.
Okay. Jameis, you'll be rolling the d6 for your side.
I roll a 6.
Nice roll. Okay, you guys go first. Those of you that are casting, what are you casting?
I am casting magic missile at the one near me.
Okay, yeah, the writhing.
I'm going to, instead of skulls, they're going to be shaped like apples. And as I cast it, I'm going to say, "How you like them apples?" It's just a bad pun evening for me. I apologize. 12, not bad.
12 points of damage. Okay. 22. Okay. Yeah. They kind of just dissolve. They kind of burn away as your missiles strike them.
Nice. I do the little Jim Carrey dance.
Was anyone else casting on your side?
Yeah. I cast as a scribble shank beside me as I call upon the goddess for protection from evil 10-foot radius. Which also means enchanted, constructed, or summoned creatures cannot attack unless we attack them first in melee.
Yep.
Unless I attack them first with melee.
Yep.
If any of the watered party engages in a creature in melee, then the prediction is broken. So, yeah.
Well, if only I knew this and wasn't about to attack them in melee.
That's why the spells go before melee, so that's why I said come to me.
Okay. Your spell goes off. Mine.
No, I thought melee went next.
Well, I'm casting a spell. Oh, wait, no. We're not simultaneous.
If I was to...
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
I guess...
throw the torch at it, and then it counters with missiles.
I guess as he's saying, hey, don't do a thing, I will not do a thing. So, yeah, I will just back over towards Galen. Fighting retreat, I guess?
Yep. Fighting retreat.
Yeah, burning damage will burn it.
Go ahead and move your character back a little bit then.
Yeah.
Just into Galen's mass of stuff there.
And the bear takes 2 points of damage as it burns.
30. Okay, so that means something happens now. Okay. All right. So that's everybody on your side. Their turn.
Has Dion done something?
Actually, Dion has not done something, but he didn't see he was casting. So what's Dion doing?
him. Well, I saw him cast Bless or Protection from Evil, which I see, but his is like more powerful. So we're all protected. I'm gonna just kind of
Radnor.
work my way around this way between like Radnar and them, just in case anything happens.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, you're breaking up again pretty bad. But we did catch all of that. That's fine. Showtime moves. All right, so their turn. Well,
They cast a spell.
the spell casting was from the bird, and they can't. So they can't. Well, yeah, no, they can't. They're just gonna move. They're gonna just fly up into the air and kind of move this way. The bear, the bear skin kind of goes back up on its hind legs again, and then the bear skin kind of just disintegrates as it bursts into just embers and coals as it just burns away. And then there's just kind of this roiling black mass that's starting to burn off in the sunlight, revealing. A second. I need to find
Jeff.
me an asset.
It was Jeff all along. Damn you, Jeff.
Oh, Necromancer. I mean, we knew that already, but still.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
All right.
Okay,
You
so
don't
you
remember
got
my
rid of
rant
his-
in the thing about how you gave the Necromancer bear skins to animate? No? All right, fine.
So yeah,
You said
so
something?
you've gotten rid of his armor, basically.
Is he a summoned or construct creature?
He is not.
Enchanted, constructed, or summoned creature?
It looks like just a person in really natty looking robes, and rushes towards Scribbleshank.
Yeah. Okay. Well, he gets -1 penalty to attack, but otherwise he can attack. That's not a problem.
Yep. Let me check something here real quick. When does movement come?
We've been blessed, and he's been blighted as well. So is he at -2? I've got a +1 AC, and he's at a -1 as well.
He gets a -1 from bless and a -1 from protection from evil.
All right.
You do not. The bless does not give you any bonus to your defense.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So a scythe flashes out from underneath the robes, and he goes to attack Scribbleshanks. Boom. 16.
But he's got a -2 to his attack.
-2, so call it a 17, 18, 19, 23. So it's an arm. He hits an AC 3.
Yeah, I mean, he's no longer man size, is he?
He's
Greater
man
than
size now. He's regular.
Yeah, okay, so he definitely hits. Yep.
AC 3 does hit. Okay.
Yep.
It's not a lot of damage, but make me a save versus poison. 4 points of damage.
Oh no! Will the halfling save versus poison? Oh no!
I mean, there's what is that? A 30% chance I won't. So, hey. But
Success.
no, it's a success.
The cut burns, but other than that, you
Ow!
feel fine.
Stop that.
Okay. And I believe that is it.
Mhm.
That is it for the round. So Radnar, or Bill, you're rolling your d6 for your side. He's in melee, so just gonna not cast. Not casting.
I'm not casting.
Okay. Ooh, he goes first. Well,
Maybe
Or
might be simultaneous.
that'll be simultaneous.
No one's casting on your side?
Nope.
I don't know.
Doesn't sound like it.
Okay.
You go first. Okay.
Okay.
So Scribbleshanks, as this person's attacking with the scythe, and you notice that the eyes behind the cowl are they seem to be dilated, almost like the person's drugged. There's frothing at the mouth. Then as the hood pulls back a little bit, you notice that the skin is very smooth, and there's long kind of silver flowing hair behind it. Elven, maybe a female, you think. But there's something wrong with the individual. This is a living individual, but they look like there's something going on. Again, like the eyes are very much fixed on you. There's kind of like a foam on the mouth as they press the attack. And just whiffs mightily.
Too much frothing.
I was going to say the froth gets in the eyes somehow, so they can't see.
Okay, that's it for my turn.
So
Birds don't do anything?
The birds just kind of disperse. They just kind of go up in the sky, and
Bye.
yeah, everybody's protected now, so the construct isn't going to
Red
do
North.
anything.
But they're in the way.
Oh, that's true. Radnor's not. I tell you what, I'm gonna do a morale check here. No, they just disperse.
Yeah,
They actually burn. They burn in the sun, and again, these like tendrils of black fall out of the sky, just kind of hit the ground, and they start to burrow into the ground, just above the tree
line.
line.
Still get the XP from them.
Okay, your guys' turn. Nobody was casting, so we go right to melee, I guess.
Yep.
So first, if anybody wants to, I don't know, throw daggers or something.
Right.
I assume not.
No, Necromancer's safe to attack.
Oh, that's good. I guess I thrust my torch into it, trying to free it from whatever possession I think it might have. You know, much like in that play that we saw, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. We all remember seeing that one?
Make an attack roll.
Yeah. Off we go with my attack. Yeah. Hit AC 3 for 5 damage. Oh,
AC 2.
Yeah, no, 5 damage. No, that's including the bonus. I've added that in.
Okay.
Okay, so you do 5 points of damage.
Nice.
Hey,
wake up.
Go ahead and do a percentile die roll again.
D100 says 21.
No, okay,
so-
it does not catch fire. You catch the person's arm or hand instead and burn it. They pull it back kind of quickly. Who's next?
Mace. Whack.
Blam! 5 points of damage.
6 points technically with police.
11. Okay. Stoltheim, Radnar, what are you guys doing?
I'm going to move in. I can only move 40 feet, so.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just going to stay put right now.
You just stay put. Okay. That's round then. Dion, you're going to be rolling for your side. Anyone casting this round? Nope.
No.
Okay.
Doesn't sound like it.
Past Mace.
6. They go first. The figure brings back the kind of the burned arm. You can see that the fine pale skin is getting a bad burn on it. Pulls back the sickle about to strike you and looks as Stoltheim is running towards them. And the figure drops to the ground and prostrates, like bows down in front of Stoltheim, just like face in the dirt.
Take the opportunity to plunge the torch into its back so that it burns again.
Rise?
Well, we're not out of actions yet. I think Scribble Shanks is going to try and kill the person.
Yeah, I mean, I am trying to free it from its whatever it is. I don't know if it actually...
So you just stick the torch on the robes?
Whatever it's wearing on its back, yeah. I'm just...
Yeah, it's just kind of really tattered robes. Okay. Roll me a d6. And then
there's
roll
no reason
percentile.
I wouldn't attack either.
Yeah.
Give any reason why I wouldn't attack because I don't know any of the information that these guys have and stuff.
I only take 1 though.
Okay, and percentile?
The percentile says 80 this time.
The robes catch on fire. The
That's right.
figure beneath the robes kind of like screams in pain, but doesn't rise.
I'll,
You can see
I'll
there.
help put the pain out by killing him with my mace.
Okay, make me an attack.
I don't know that this person is any kind of possessed. They're just some weird necromancer, as far as I know. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, you haven't seen.
Oh, that's a solid hit. That's 9 points of damage.
Okay, you feel the skull shatter beneath your mace. The back of the robe just gets all damp with brain matter and blood as the figure just kind of stops moving. It's still on fire.
Well, I'll put the fire out in case it has cool stuff.
Magic
Okay,
doesn't burn in fire, so you're fine.
Yeah, you tear the robes off. Beneath it is, I mean, the clothing is just old and moldy. You would think that maybe it's been buried in a grave for many years. But the form behind it is very much living, once breathing tissue. You pull it off. It's an elf, female. None of you, except for Galen, may be a good judge of age, but the figure looks like it's barely out of their teens.
Does it look like are its wrists chafed as if it was wrapped in chains or anything?
Well, the one is burned from your torch, but the other one, yes, it has like just deep abrasions on the wrist.
So probably the one that was in the grave that was calling all of this, and not a distraction by like raising somebody else to pretend to be the necromancer. Probably.
Everybody roll me a d6 that's around the figure.
Hey, Radnor, you can come over here now. It's safe. We
Another case
successfully
successfully dealt
cured
with.
it.
Do I roll a d6 as well, or
No, you're too far away.
I spot with my elven eyes.
Galen notices, so Stoltheim had to basically rip the robe off to keep everything from burning further. And so like the back of the figure's head, just the mass of broken bone and brain and blood is all exposed. Galen, you're standing pretty much right over it. The damage is knitting back. Slowly, but the damage is knitting back.
It's regenerating? I say that loud.
Yep. There's a big intake of breath. The clear sky blue eyes look at you, Stoltheim, and then again immediately prostrates, just buries her face in the ground towards you.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. Stand. Please, rise.
You don't want to smash it again?
I'm thinking about it.
Does she understand Common? Because if not, I give her a couple seconds and then immediately say it in Sylvan.
Okay. Doesn't seem to understand either of the languages.
French.
French, yeah, French.
I try French.
Stay down, or another mace in the back of your head.
It rises.
Mace.
Still keeping the eyes on the ground. And Galen, this is where you can tell, while the creature has elven features, it's not an elf. This is what your people would consider to be like the true fae. They're not elves. They're creatures from other places.
It's an elf.
An elf.
Yeah.
I
told her to stay down. It got back up again. It's regenerating. I hit it again with my mace. Do you want to attack roll? We'll just hit or what?
All right. Well, Galen's pulling the mace back to smack her in the head again.
Wait. It's fine. It's fine. She's not. I hold on. I speak to her in French again. She's not just doing anything. Give it a second.
No, but she burned down your village and killed everybody.
Well, I want to find out why.
All right.
She's not attacking as soon as she saw me. Like, she stopped. So, why? I ask her. Why did you stop?
So, do we just go through all of the languages until she find out
No,
one
she
understands?
speaks,
understood French.
the Aberone tongue. She speaks the French.
Oh, right. She did actually understand that. I
Yeah,
thought she was just.
She
right.
just ignored me. That's a different thing.
Yeah.
That you
Not
are
listening to Galen's a different problem.
you are a follower of the mistress.
Oh,
Follow the mistress.
well, he is too.
Cast eyes over to Galen and says, "No, not in the same way."
Well, right. But why are you here? Were you in the grave?
Yeah, so she looks very confused. Any of you that were in Averone and knows French, you can understand what she's saying.
We're getting echoes through you, but by the way, we're getting a little confused.
Okay, hold on. Give me one moment. How's that?
Yes. Seems
It's
fine.
when we talk, we hear you coming.
Yeah,
we
but
hear
you can't now,
That's
right?
for the moment.
Right.
No,
Yep.
seems
Yeah, I
fine.
just put my Bluetooth in. So, yep. Okay, good.
Okay.
Okay, so she looks very confused, and she says, "My last memories are the villagers binding me with cold iron, killing me, and tearing me. I woke up hours ago. The place has changed. The forest is much the same, but things have changed. I wrapped myself in my power as protection, but even that has changed."
Did you do this? I motioned to all the like dead wildlife and the husks of like dead trees and all that.
Not not intentionally. I called my power, and it didn't work the same way.
Do you mean harm to anybody else on this land?
Again, the confused look, and it says, "Are they going to kill me again? Are they going to bind me with iron and put me in the ground?"
Depends on what your intentions are.
I don't know. It's how much time has passed since I was put in the ground?
Do we remember that? Did anybody tell us how long ago? That was like generations, right?
A few human generations. So maybe 100 years, maybe a little less.
I say probably about 100 years.
Why has so much changed?
Humans, man, always doing things.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Things always happen, it seems, here.
Right. Well, she points at you and says, "But the power is not possessing you. You are in control of yourself."
Yes. Yeah.
But when I called the power, it was crazed. It was mad. And I was swept away with it like a strong current in the waters.
Well, perhaps we might look into you not calling upon those powers for a bit, maybe, until things clear up for you.
Well, she again kind of prostrates herself and says, I beseech thee for safety. I claim asylum under the name of the mother.
If you mean no ill will, and will work your share, and I guess apologize for trying to kill us. I mean, if your word is true.
It wasn't myself. It was the power. It was crazed. It wanted to lash out. It wanted to destroy.
Yes. Now chaos, if you will.
Did you release me?
No. We woke up to the village being lit aflame, and we found your tomb unearthed. I guess.
Okay. All right, just to move things along a little bit more quickly. So, I mean, you guys converse. Again, those of you that speak the Averone French can understand everything she's saying. But the time doesn't work out right. Like the undead coming out of the hole and attacking the village seems like that happened before she was interred from her grave. Like that all happened right before she was released.
Right.
Yeah. Basically, she got pulled from her grave, and that's the real person behind this, is what it comes down to. We just don't know who that is. Which is not what Scrimble Shank said at all.
Okay. Galen, you can tell that she is completely healed now, except for the abrasion on her left wrist, the iron bands, and the burn is not as bad. Like it's healing, it's just healing slower. But that bloody mess on the back of her head, completely fine now.
So she's still doing regeneration too.
She doesn't have anything on her. Like there's no grave goods. No. She doesn't seem to be wearing anything except for what she was buried in.
Those damn elves never know what they're capable of. Oh, do I consider the elf to be like a suspicion, or just they're an old other creature, but are they suspicious? Do we consider them suspicious?
The elves in the area have you have lore about these creatures. Like they look like you, but they are not. I mean, so sometimes they help, sometimes they hinder. They're definitely considered to be free spirits of nature.
Okay.
But much like a rainstorm, I mean, it can make things grow, but it can also flood and kill. So
it's not like attack on sight or anything like that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
We're just we're weary.
What's your intelligence?
12, so just average.
Make me an intelligence check. No. I mean, you never paid much attention to your heritage or history, so yeah, that's all you know.
How do you know the language of Averone?
What? It's like, this is my native language. So
you're from there.
Dion, you went through the whole Amber scenario thing too, right?
Yeah.
So the Fae are very much connected with Averone. So like your character would actually understand Fae nature. Like those were literally the demons that the Amberites would call up, or from the Fae realms.
But I guess I'm surprised that one of them is here. Is what I'm getting at. So I'm like, how are you here?
I walked the moon gates. I've been here a very long time.
Moon gates. Don't know what that is.
Check. Yeah, maybe an intelligence check.
Okay. Maybe I do know what it is. High success.
You said that Stoltheim was kind of like one of these underground magic practitioners. Definitely, which was illegal back where you came from, was very much looked to be the thing of deviltry. So the moon ways they're essentially ways to move from one realm to another, much like kind of like a teleportation spell, but more natural. And certain creatures can take advantage of them. It's one of the ways that the Fae came into Averone. They fled from something, and they took the moon ways to Averone, and some of them settled there. Most of them were killed off by the Inquisition when that happened.
Yeah, we don't talk about those days. All right, cool. Well, yeah, come with us. You can be under close eye of me and my friends here. We offer you no harm if you offer us no
Why
harm.
was I released?
Don't know. We've just found an empty grave.
Those that imprisoned me, how many generations have passed? Are they still likely to do so?
Say 2 or 3.
Maybe we were prepared for it. If you were like really evil, we're not gonna lie, we were getting lead ready and all that. But I mean, you stopped trying to kill us, and you seem pretty reasonable.
She's confused by the whole idea of evil. It's like, what do you mean?
Thought you were gonna kill everyone
evil?
In the town and murder people and burn houses down and cause a cataclysmic event to the people here.
Evil in our universe, evil is more intention of harming and things like that. It's not actual evil in terms of how D&D classically.
Well, that's the
it's
definition
evil of intention.
Spells.
Yeah, no, it works against intention. It doesn't work
Right,
against.
that's the definition of spells, isn't it? Not of how we would define evil.
No, exactly. That's why she's confused. She doesn't understand the taboo of like, what do you consider evil? Like, what? I mean, I do as I'm willed to do by the mother. What is evil? What?
If you attack me, I consider that an act of evil. Because I don't want to be.
What if your sacrifice is required by the mother? I don't understand.
Are you sacrificing anything at the moment? You plan on sacrificing something?
Well, she thinks about that for a moment, and says, "Well, the power is crazed. It's not as I remember it. I don't." And thinks for a moment. It's like I don't feel the need to offer a sacrifice.
Power's not crazed for us. Indicating Stockholm and myself. The power's fine.
How do you call upon your power?
I really want to bait in case she does it.
I invite the mother into. There's a translation issue, but you have the idea that the creature doesn't have a spirit or a soul. It's kept elsewhere, and that's why it can regenerate. But it creates a hollow that she invites this power into, and it possesses her.
So she doesn't have like a holy symbol to use like I do with the knife. Hers is literally her lack of soul.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Okay, that's so cool.
But it's just like she looks confused, and she says, "But you are also a hollow one. I can feel that you are filled with the mother. Why do you not understand this?
Well, I was
Why
told
are you not crazed?
Well, I was told if I need power to ask the knife, and I haven't had to yet.
The knife?
I show her.
Okay.
I just pull it out.
She looks at it for a long moment, and she says that many things have changed. The knife tempers the mother's anger. That's why you are not crazed.
Oh. this protects me.
Again, she looks confused at that. The protects from what? I mean, if the mother wills destruction, then so be it.
Hmm. I see. Right. So you would call yourself very devout in your following to the mother.
Yeah, so there's some banding with words. No, she's not devout. She is literally an instrument of the mother. That's all she lives for. That's what she's here for.
Hmm. Then would you listen to one of the mother's champions?
Again, she gives you that bow, that obedience to you. Of course,
Hmm.
you are the will of the mother.
Then the chaos that shall be sown shall be at my discretion.
Nods absolutely to that without hesitation. Of course.
Cool. Do we want to go home now? This is what we came here to do, right? Or are we gonna keep looking? Do you know who the person was that revived you, or where they went? Can you sense them?
If it were not you, then I don't know. Why are you here? How? If you are not the ones that freed me, then I don't know.
Before we run away, is there anything, being sort of like the nature elf person, is there anything I think of in terms of helping to heal the land, or is it just like this is the way it is now, it'll eventually regenerate itself as nature reclaims it?
You speak the Averone tongue, right? So you explained like the big swaths of destruction. It was called by her calling the power to herself. Usually it doesn't cause destruction like this. But this time, instead of the power being granted to her and her being filled with the power, it sucked it out of all the living stuff around her. That's not typical. That's not how it used to work.
Yeah,
So she created these blighted areas as she was draining the life
is
of
the
everything around her.
is the land actually blighted as a thing, or is it actually just like just dead and it'll eventually return to nature?
No, it is dead. Like the life force was sucked out of it.
Is there anything I can do to help put the life force back into it? I suppose we're going to come down to.
The soil's fine. Stuff can still grow here. It's just what was grown is gone. It's dead. Seeds
Okay,
will
but eventually
still
sort of
sprout.
nature will eventually sort of just reclaim the area.
Yeah, it'll sort it out.
Okay, all right then.
So,
I mean,
with that being explained, it makes sense that she can't do it correctly because the gods are gone.
yeah, I'm guessing that is why she thinks everything is crazy. Because there's no way for her to contact the people that she would have contacted before.
Yeah,
Take
I
it
want
to the dragon.
I want to explain this to her. Explain this to her that she can't do that and call upon the power right now because the mother's not going to hear. Like, it's not coming from the mother herself, so it's not the power that...
How is it that you speak to the mother? How is it that the mother is in you if she is gone?
The knife and my heritage of my family curse, I suppose.
Okay.
It's like the mother has other acolytes and we sort of get power from them. That's actually the way it works.
Relatively minor things. So I guess it's not drawing as much. Maybe there's like a residual pool or something.
If you sort of rank the spells, anything less than like say a rank 1 to 4 or stuff, that's a bit out of our range. And so she was calling on some sort of 5th level stuff. Yeah, things went wrong.
If you're calling with a problem with your technology, you can't escalate the call beyond this level. Okay, well, I mean, she doesn't understand. Clearly, she doesn't understand, but she just accepts it.
Okay, cool. What's your name?
again, it just stares. I'm an instrument of the mother. I don't.
What did people call you before you were an instrument of the mother? Oh, I can't understand this, so it doesn't matter.
Please.
Yeah,
don't.
basically she
Leave me alone.
runs off a whole list of epitaphs that were like, basically shouted and screamed at her, including like demon, fae, witch.
What was the name of the family name?
Fae's a
Marlon.
nice name. I've
Marv.
heard that before among the
She's
humans.
not taking Marlon as the name.
Do you say that name?
Yeah.
He did, yeah.
Oh, that is my summoners. They are the ones who opened the moon bridge here that I passed into your realm long ago.
Oh. Oh.
You might need to have some conversations with people.
Yeah, well, we were sending word anyways, weren't we? Didn't we already do that? We sent word out to them for info about the grave.
We talked about it. I don't know if we should got them sent off or not.
I mean, you're the lord of this area. Did you order
What's
it?
Radnar doing? Is everybody's bandying all this French around? I mean, you speak
I
French.
don't know
too.
French.
You speak Averone tongue.
So,
It's Scrimbleshanks that doesn't speak it.
yeah, I'm not bandying anything about.
Well, Radnor just has this urge to just, mess with the whole situation. So he's trying not to speak right now.
But
yes, so when you mention the Marlonevs, yeah, they're the ones that had those ones that opened the moon bridge, and then she says something very interesting. Those are the ones that hold my soul.
oh, who has it?
Can you sense your soul, where it is, directionality, etc.?
Yes.
It's possible they don't know they have it. It might be a family heirloom passed down, or they might, because, I mean...
100 years, maybe.
I mean,
It could be
hold on. I mean, who was? Do you know who was king of the land when you were chained? Because I mean, you cannot measure things in generations when you have many different species who live different generations.
Yep. No, she was referring specifically to human generations.
Yeah.
She was summoned by humans. Yeah.
We know from talking to people like, oh, we remember this was so far this long ago back, so we can put things in terms of human terms of how that.
So she remembers that there was no king. There were tribes, which is the Trolladarans. The Trolladarans didn't have a central government.
They came over and invaded, didn't they?
Yep.
So
the Marlonevs were they were the tribe or the clan that had the most strength and the most territory, but they weren't kings.
All right. Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, it really doesn't matter how long she has been dead exactly.
No, she wasn't dead from the scenes of it.
Well, buried then.
Mm-hmm.
Well, just imagine all the jokes she hasn't heard that you could tell her.
Well, yes, I can keep her entertained as we go along. That is true.
Aside from the fact you two don't speak the same language, there's a minor problem there.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, that's never stopped me before.
No.
Be an attentive listener.
Yeah. Stottelheim, your pet may not be particularly well received by those at the village, so you may want to think about what to do about that before we get there.
I say we go and get her soul from the Marlonevs. I say we just go up there and try and find it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
okay,
is the Marlonevs on your land?
No. Well, not our land. There's a group of Marlonevs. There's Marlonevs down in the Kelvin, but most of them are down there by Specularum is where the main large estate is. But I mean, they're scattered all over the place mainly, but we do know there is.
Right near it, were they not? No.
There is one in Kelvin, I know that. If there's one in Penhaligon, I'm not aware of it. I am aware of the one in Kelvin. They do have some other duchies, other lands around the place.
Yep. So
Well,
down here, this
Right,
is the
there it is,
largest
yeah.
collection of the Marlinev. That's where they were basically forced into once the area was taken over by the Phaeacians. But I mean, the family has people all over here. They were a very strong merchant family. So I mean, there's parts of the Marlinev family can be found everywhere, but their lands and strongholds, that's where it's reduced to. Same thing with the Vorlai, which was another strong clan, not quite as prominent as the Marlinev, but like the next strongest. They were ceded lands, much like the Native Americans in America were ceded lands.
and there was that other family too that I completely hate because they with all the cockatrices and whatnot. I can't remember what their family name is.
The Radib.
They were deep, probably them. Yeah, we'll go kill them sometime. They're probably in line with the Black Iron Gang.
Right.
If not,
So,
I'll make it to their house and then kill them.
so if we ask her where her soul is, and she has directionality at least, does she have distance as well? So we can have an idea of
Yeah,
whether it's in our lands or elsewhere.
it's far to the south, is what she says. Far to the south.
So probably on the Marlinev estate, right? I mean, so she doesn't have an exact distance.
No, just
Right.
I mean, the pull gets stronger as she gets closer to it, but she can't really tell distance in any
Okay.
other way.
I mean, she might have worked out how far that is by experimentation.
It's 1,000 calicams away, but that might not need
Yeah.
much to us either.
Right, but then we can walk 1 kilogram and she can say this is how far it is. And then we can
it's not that precise. It's not that precise. She just gets a stronger feeling the closer she is. And like she has kind of a feeling of whether or not it's on the same plane of existence or not as well.
Right. Okay. So it's probably in the thing far, far to the south in their estates.
Yeah.
Alright, but she didn't raise the things. Somebody else did.
But we don't know who. We got no clue whatsoever. Well,
so
we're not aware of the clues.
Did you have no senses before the chains were removed?
Oh, my eyes and my ears and my
they were covered.
Were filled with which effectively made her insensate over the time. So she had no external.
So how did you remove it?
I didn't. I awoke and could see and hear and smell again.
But the effort to remove it has got to be considerable because it melted on. I mean, when you do that to someone, it is because you want it to stay on there. So you don't make it easy to remove. So somebody had to dig up the grave and then stay there for a considerable amount of time to dig it up. So if there's somebody who lives around the grave, maybe they saw it?
Well, you guys know that in general, your populace are told it's like an old wives' tale that like bad things happen there. So the only people that go there on the regular are kids trying to prove their bravery, and they don't often get very far.
Yeah,
no one lives around.
Stuff down the hole, and the rubbish dumpers.
Yeah, yep. People dump stuff down the hole. That's about it.
I mean, it was vaguely suggested that it might have been the Greenskins because they don't know what their local legends are. So we might want to ask around them.
There's not a lot of greenskins in that area. They pretty much kept on the fringes because they would get attacked by the people. They didn't have really probably a lot of interest in graves.
There was enough that when we were told about it, people gestured towards them. And there were enough that were stripping the dead bodies when we were there. So I mean,
but that's just what they did to dead bodies afterwards.
I mean, I don't know who else to ask at this point.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh no, our crops don't grow." It must have been the greenskins. People are racist.
Right, but there were greenskins there.
I'm an elf. I know about racism. I'm expert at it.
Good for you. I guess.
What do you guys want to do? I mean, everything seems to be fine now.
Yeah,
I
okay.
mean,
That is a very interesting. So, when you call on the power, you've only done this like once or twice now, and you sucked it out of the world around you rather than through the mother. Can you like choose what to suck it from, or is it just an uncontrollable pull towards you? Like if you were surrounded by enemies and us, could you then say, "I choose all of the enemies to suck their life from" to call it in, rather than choosing everybody in the area?
Short answer is she hasn't tried. When she first did it, it was a small area, and she noticed that things weren't right. And then she did it to a larger area, which is what drove her insane.
I mean, you can you could do a small thing right here and now and see if you can choose.
Okay, so she looks at the Stoltheim, who told her that she can't do anything without his.
Permission.
Yeah.
I'm backing away out of the area if she's going to be doing this.
I mean, I don't think it matters as we've got these rings. So
is there like
I'm
a
fascinated to learn.
once we get to like the living plant life? Is there like one singular bush somewhere?
Yeah, you just walk outside of the area that was affected to, so if you grant her permission, she does something very simple. She creates basically a wear light. She creates the light spell.
Point
And
in a bush.
yeah, so no, she doesn't have control. It's just basically it's a radius around her that just dies. It's very small for the spell. She creates a glowing
Okay.
bowl of light.
Hmm.
So she's not going to be good with a group of other people. But we can
Well,
send her in
What were you trying to?
as a suicide bomber if we need to.
What were you? No. What were you
It's
trying
not great.
to cast before? Back there.
I was trying to protect myself. I saw some of the humans around. My armor, my weapons are all gone. I tried to enshroud myself to become one of the larger creatures in the area, and something else happened. It's not what I intended.
Hmm. On a scale of
I awoke.
of
I awoke
1 to 5.
with my cloak. I awoke with my cloak and these tattered clothings and furs, a bear fur, and dead birds around me. No good for nourishment. They were long dead.
Wait, you awoke with them?
They were laying at. I climbed out of the grave, and they were about the grave,
You didn't
as if someone
purchase them
performed a
from
ritual.
someone? Oh.
Oh.
Well. Well, well. Well, well, well. Well,
That's
well,
a
well,
lot of
well.
wells. You got a shovel or something? You want that many wells?
No. That is interesting. All right. I mean, and we didn't get to the bottom of. Wait, I don't know that. I did not notice that thing. So.
Okay.
Well, there we go. I mean, I guess we can go back to the hunter and get more information from who they sold it to, but I think they've told us everything. It's interesting that it was from this area that they bought the things. Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense. Because they bought the things from they would have had to been in the north, bought the things from the hunter, then come to the south and dug up the grave and scattered the furs around. And then, but the timeline doesn't match up because
Make me an intelligence check, Richard. You're onto something. You're onto something.
so maybe the hunter is lying to us. I don't know. All right, intelligence check. I am so intelligent. I can't find the intelligence button. Yeah, success. Very low success, but success.
Okay. So another thing that strikes you is that bear fur, since you burned it off of the form that she was taking, There is no way that hunter could have carried that bear fur and much else of anything for any amount of travel. It was enormous.
South! To that hunter! Quickly! He has more information for us and is a lying scumbag. Go! South! I start south.
Scribbleshanks runs.
Well,
I smell plot this way.
No, I've been lied to by that person, and you know, I'm
We'll
not
follow.
Really, very.
Mhm.
Okay.
I don't quite
All
like
right.
him either.
Yeah. So. Okay. So. After a little bit of wandering, she speaks to you kind of quietly, Stoltheim, and says, "It occurs to me that you put a lot of stock in the naming of things. Will you give me a name?"
Well, I was thinking about it, and since you came from people from Marlinev, what if I called you Marl?
Marl.
Mhm.
Marl. Marl. Choose it around. Marl. I am Marl.
All right. And I am Stoltheim von Reinbach the Seventh.
Ooh, okay. Let me roll something here. She takes that in stride and she says, "Yes."
All right.
Just nods like, "Of course you are."
Cool. All right. I like her. She's agreeable.
Or she doesn't know any better.
Okay. So you head back to the village then?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess Scrimbleshanks wants to find this fur trader.
Okay.
Oh,
So,
let me explain my stuff as I go along, just in case. Like I didn't do it when I had a
Nah,
thought
don't
and then
worry
I
about
didn't
it, just
vocalize
go.
that thought. So it's very important that you all listen to me. And then I go on a long.
How
rambling
many of your words start
explanation of
exactly
everything.
that way?
Yes.
Go on.
So yeah, the hunter lied to us. I would guess that the hunter is not actually the hunter and is the person who released them all, or is lying to us about how they did the thing and was maybe magicked or coerced into doing so, and if we uncurse them, perhaps it will release memories that will remind them of what actually happened. Something like that, maybe. I don't know.
Hmm.
So one of those things.
That sounds
My
like a solid
Bluetooth
plan.
dropped out for about a minute, but I think I caught that well enough.
Don't worry, it wasn't really important for you. Well, I suppose it might have been important for you. You might have been awarding me bonus XP or something for knowing things and putting things together. Who knows? So south to the hunting and trekking place.
Okay, so to the south, heading back to the village, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so the burned down buildings, people are scavenging it for useful wood, and they're not really rebuilding, but they're taking away what's still usable and pushing off what's not into a pit. Again, most of the buildings that caught fire and burned down were ones that were not being used. There was one family that was caught in, were able to get out, lost their house, no big deal. They just found another one that was empty and took it over.
Yay.
These are very crude huts. I mean, keep that in mind. These are not, palatial estates by any means.
Still, I mean, I am a lazy slob, and I will have this house for as long as it remains clean, and then when it stops being clean, I will burn it down and move on to the one next door.
Mm-hmm. Yep. This is what happens when a largest population is continually cut down by greenskins. It's like, oh, I dirtied up this house. Let's go get another one.
Yep.
All right, so I mean, people seem to be in good enough moods. There were a few deaths during the night. I mean, basically people that got too close to the undead and were claimed in one way or another, but not a huge amount. Not a huge amount. And at this point, they're pretty lackluster to the whole thing. They've been preyed upon and killed off so long now. They're like, meh, meh. But yeah, everything seems to be normal. You go back to the inn, I guess, looking because that's the last place you
That's the
saw
last
the
place.
trappers.
Yep.
No such luck. Not here.
Is everybody in there scratching and itching and generally being infested with stuff still?
No, everyone looks fine.
Okay. Where did they go? Which direction did they leave? Tell me. I threatened the innkeeper who I continually woke out of bed.
The innkeeper just looks over your head to probably Galen and says, "What's he on about now? Who are you looking for?"
The hunter that was here. Where'd he go?
Hunter.
The trapper.
Oh, the trappers. We traded. He's stocked up on provisions. He's headed back out.
Do you know where?
Well, they've got a cabin, basically right over here in Area 8, where the hills come down. Like there's a cabin on the line between the hills and the grasslands. That's where they set up. He's probably getting provisions set up for the winter.
Wouldn't we have come across him as we went back down south?
Only if we left.
Not really. I mean, you came down a particular path. You weren't looking for any hunters' cabins and such.
Well, simple things. You know what?
Go around the rest of the town asking if he bought provisions and stuff and if anybody saw him leave.
This is pretty much the only place that you can buy provisions. But I mean, if you just ask around, yeah, there's a few oddities. Some of the local farmers say that he was buying things like chickens, live chickens, a goat. It's kind of odd. I mean, usually trappers have plenty of meat usually because that's
They
kinda
trap.
what they do.
Mm.
That was
Alright.
passingly odd.
And which direction did he go in? Anybody? Anybody?
They all basically tell you just out town, out that way.
Right.
That's where all
North,
the trappers
south?
are.
Well,
To the north, into the hills.
I mean,
So basically on the border of your territory right here.
but we're not anywhere near that, are we?
No, we're in 13.
Where are we? We're in
13.
7. 13?
Well, you were in 7.
That is what is 7 where we have found where we had our combat.
Mel's Hole.
Right, 7 is Mel's Hole.
Yeah.
So we
13 is the city
we
of
are in 7.
Yeah.
We're in 7.
Right, okay. And they think the trapper thing is in 8.
Well, I mean, it's in the hills, like in that direction.
Right, okay.
The best trapping happens in the borderland between the
Yeah,
woodlands and the
okay,
hills.
alright. And they all saw him go in that direction? Actually saw him leaving in that
that's
direction?
where he
rather
left.
than just-
Yeah.
Right.
Nobody followed him along the way, but that's the direction
Right,
he left.
but they saw him leave the town heading in that direction rather
Yes.
than assuming that's where he was going because that's where he's always gone before.
He also
Right.
bought a hand cart from one of the farmers.
So we can follow its tracks. I look at
Yeah,
Galen.
if only we had some more tracking ability.
I look at Galen. I don't know. There might be other things to do in here while we're here.
Also, it is getting towards night, so we're going to follow that at night. Unless it's the next day, in which case.
I mean, I don't trust this person at all. And They have been doing several things out of the ordinary, so, you know, I say that is our best lead. But I could be entirely wrong and focused on the wrong thing. Or I could be doing this because I subconsciously want all of the people in this village who continually belittled me and called me, your little half man is going all weird. I could want them all to die subconsciously, so I could just be leading us off down the garden path.
The town
God,
drunk
he's an
likes you
assassin.
just fine. He listens to you for
No,
hours.
he didn't. He made a funny sign when I was talking to him. And I thought, I need protection from this one.
Chickens common throughout the land, or is it just a little concentrated in where people have got their areas?
Oh, they're fairly common. They can be found in the wilds quite easily.
Okay.
Sometimes they are misspotted, and people try to round up basilisks and find out that that's a bad idea.
Were you going to do a track chicken spell? Locate object.
Locate object. Yeah, I'm just trying to think of something specific. We just well, there's the hand cart, but don't know.
No, the hand cart and the chickens, that's not specific enough.
Well, there is. You can go general object, a general class of object.
Yes, and then you would
would
have
find
beeps
hand
all
carts,
over
huh?
you.
Yeah,
There's chickens and wheelbarrows all over the place.
that's why I was trying to work out
Yeah.
exactly. You know, if chickens were only concentrated in the areas of where people were, then that's one thing. But if they're all over the place, then no.
Once we get out of the town and a fair distance away, then it might work better.
Once you get out of a more civilized area, yep, it'll work better.
Should we get horses and go on the horses?
What about horses? Sorry.
Go around on horses. It'll be a bit quicker than walking over the place.
You could.
I thought we had horses at one point.
Yeah.
I thought we had horses at one point. I don't know what happened to them.
We must have had horses. Really?
You do. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. You take horses and try and track this chap down. Do you start time? You bringing your pet with you?
Sure.
All right.
Right, and as I say, this is Scrimbleshanks' idea. This does not mean we have to go and do it now. So if anybody else has something else to do, then
Look,
you know.
we know
do
that the
that.
course of Richard, you do every single side quest before you try to go anywhere near the main mission.
Yeah.
Hunt down all the extra bits and pieces and gather all the random objects first. We know how this works.
Yep, absolutely. But you're not wrong. It is getting towards evening. Do you want to try and track at night? Do you want to be out in the wilderness at night, or do you want to head off the next morning?
It doesn't bother me being out in the wilderness at night. I don't know about
Well,
this.
it bothers you in the fact that as a tracker, there are large nocturnal animals at
Yeah,
night.
but I'm an elf. I can handle it. So we must the Firewall happy over here.
I'm out of spells, so
I was going to say, yeah, somebody might need to.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Charge
need
it.
to rest up.
Yep. No, we can
we
cut
also have
the
to
next
look
day.
into we have to look into getting me a spell book at some point.
Oh, right, because yes, you need one. of
Yeah.
those.
Yeah, that takes time. You've got the money, but it takes time to
Mhm.
do that.
You can pop
Do
over
you
to
need to
Metallica
get
or
the spell
something.
book? Do you need to get like all of the components together for the spell book? No, do
Yeah,
you
he needs
need
to
do
create it? No, he
Right,
needs to create
so
it.
you can
Yeah.
send your people. You could send somebody out to go and get the components while we were off
Mhm.
doing something else.
hmm
Well, my lord, do you have someone who can do that?
You?
Well, I mean, I have her, but I don't want her to go alone anywhere.
Your house goblin is like, I'll collect it for you. I mean, what's the list like?
Don't we have a local? Don't we have a local chapter of the Green Company, or was that somewhere else?
We were
We
gonna
do have
send
some
it.
Green Company folks there, yes, but none of them are magi. None of them are mages.
But we must have Magi within. Well, okay, sorry, you guys who are not must have Magi within the Green Company, right?
The merchants that
have,
stayed
like-
the winter.
They might have something as well.
Yeah.
They might Right.
But I was going to say,
Well, no, they don't
Green
want to go
Company
anywhere
must
near Pin
have.
Halligan for a start because they couldn't get bought there.
Hmm.
Pin Halligan is the nearest place where you go and get those sort of components.
So yeah, they do, Richard. But magic, the people that use magic are fairly uncommon. And generally, when you just ask for dogs' bodies, they just send you fighters. They don't send
Right,
you.
no, I don't mean that, but I mean, like, there must be magi within the Green Company. And so,
Yes.
the Green Company must have some resources to, like, build back the spellbooks of people whose spellbooks got burned in a fire or something. Because otherwise, they're employing people who just sit around for 6 months while they make up their new
Sure.
spellbook. And
Yeah, the
whatever.
supplies are not the problem. It's the fact that Stoltheim actually has to invest the time in making it.
Right, I get
Like,
that,
it's
but
not
I mean,
fast. Yeah.
getting the supplies together will still
Sure.
take some
Yeah.
time, and we can cut it down by saying, "Hey, get us supplies."
Absolutely. Yep. That's easy enough. It's actually not anything very esoteric. It's just expensive. You need stuff like diamond dust and gold and paper.
Especially that nice soft paper that's really useful on the nights when you're sort of caught short.
Magical tomes are multi-purpose. You can cast spells or wipe your ass. That's just how they do.
I mean, that's probably what scrolls are, right? They're single-use items.
I always left an extra 20 blank pages in the back just for an emergency.
Just in case.
Yeah.
All right, so you guys going to stay the night in, re-get your spells for those of you that can. Okay.
Does the inn offer services? Do they have rooms and stuff?
Well, we've got our own.
They do, but you also have a key.
I don't care. I'm staying in the inn, and I am like ordering room service and stuff all the time, so they have to be at my beck and call because fuck them.
I don't know if they do share rooms at the inn. It's normally you just go grab a house. I don't know if they do share rooms.
No, they
That
do.
is true,
I
yes.
mean, they do back from the days where people actually used to stay there. And there's a merchant that likes to stay here because, as Scribble Chinks is pointing out, I mean, you basically got servants.
They wouldn't get
We
up
got
at the right
servants by
time.
Winky Grumbles all the time.
All right. So Scrimble Shanks is staying at the end. Everyone else is going back to the keep, I guess. In which case, Scrimble Shanks, make me a shave versus spell.
Woo!
All right. Versus spell. There we go. Hey,
Shut
yeah.
them up and make them go.
Barely a success, but a success.
All right. So you harangue the innkeeper, his wife, and his staff most of the night. They give you the best room they have, but it doesn't keep the fleas from biting. You're woken up several
So
times
there are
by
fleas here.
little bites here and there.
Interesting, because all right, but the people earlier didn't have the fleas when I was specifically looking, but they are here now. Huh. I squint really hard, even though I don't have the magic sight. I try desperately to turn it on somehow because I'm hanging around with these people. Surely I must have learned that skill by osmosis.
Yeah, there's some of those little black plugs around in the room.
Wow, I mean... Well, when we meet up in the morning, I recommend to everybody, hey, we should burn that place down. Because there are still those mystical flea things in there.
You always recommend that.
I mean, I know it sounds like I am doing so, but I really, really recommend we do something about those fleas. Because otherwise we're going to come back to a village who... Oh, those fleas wanted... Were they looking for warmth?
Yeah.
So is that
As in
why
blood.
the zombies were looking for warmth? We're going to come back and everybody has burned down their villages and houses and stuff trying to find warmth because they're infected with those fleas? Is that what was doing it?
They wanted warmth and blood so they could go back. They were, as far as I could tell, perfectly normal sort of fleas, lice, whatever the hell.
Right, but they might be infected with something which is... I don't know. Yeah, you might be.
And it was very out of season for them to be out and about, though, don't forget. So they should be hibernating at the moment. Isn't that right?
I think there is something going on. I mean, they only started coming.
Don't you hate it when the GM
travel
just makes you paranoid for no good reason? It's just awesome. I love it.
Give us 10 minutes. We'll activate our site. We'll go have a look around and see if there's any magic stuff happening.
Okay. Well, Stoltheim's new friend is intensely magical. And if you go specifically to Scrimbleshank's room, okay, to make it short, there's a fur here. Probably came from the trapper. They used it on the bed.
Intentionally.
That nice downy pillow that you were resting on all night, Scrimbleshanks, was... they will say that, yeah, they bought it from the trapper. It's made a good rabbit fur.
The trapper made it into a pillow?
No, they made it into a pillow. They bought the rabbit fur from the trapper, though.
Right, okay. Burn it.
But other than the pillow that is in Scrimbleshank's room and one other room that was not occupied, nothing else. Nothing else.
Burn it. Get rid of it. I mean, they sold their furs, right? We need to collect all of those furs and have them all burned, because otherwise... horrible things.
I give the bartender 10 gold. Just do what he says.
I'll take the gold, sure.
Yeah.
And it doesn't seem like it's the fleas that are carrying whatever the problem is. It's the fur specifically that the fleas happen to be upon.
So we'll get them to gather up the furs and destroy them.
I mean, not just these furs from everybody who bought them. Do we have
I
a
don't
town
think there is.
crier? Can we get the town crier?
We'll take the time to say that you ask around, and the only people that he sold furs to were here at the inn, and so they'll give up everything they bought from the guy. There wasn't a lot.
And if everybody, and if squinty eyes at them, they're magical.
All right.
So Jameis, if Galen looks around, it's all the furs that were sold to them have some kind of residual magic on them.
All right. We'll easily determine which ones first and destroy them. Yeah.
Okay, good enough. We're at time, so you guys have got your spells back. You've rested overnight. Other than Scrimbleshanks itching and scratching, and you find out that he's the only one who's bothered to stay at the end since they put the furs up there. No one else in town seems to have an issue. So there we go. So we will be after the trapper, the furrier, next session. The Scrimble Stoltheim seems to have a companion now. Right. We'll end it there then. Richard, got anything going on?
Sure. If you want to see me leaping to conclusions just like this and being just as wrong, why, you can watch me play video games badly here on Twitch at LMTDTMFFR, or, say it with me now, limited
time
offer.
Time offer. No vowels.
Man, we got
lots of distortion.
Yeah.
Not from me. I have not a good quality mic, but at least one that isn't being distorted.
Right. Jameis. Check out his blog. He talks about stuff.
I've had a bit of a rant in the past few posts, so maybe don't come more rants because things are pissing me off at the moment. Christmas!
A lot of that going around.
Yeah.
Bill, what's you got going on with the frogs?
Well, we just had session 40 of the Lost City Baracus. Continuing on with that, we play every other week on Wednesday, and on the opposite Wednesdays, I run a Dwaro Deep game. It's the new Greg Gillespie dungeon. So get in touch with me if you want a spot in the games.
Cool. And yeah, either get on his Discord or ours. And I'll tell you how to do that in a moment. Dion, who plays some
Yes.
classic video games.
Yes, Richard is going to say my promo tonight because my mic is weird. Go ahead,
Oh, God,
Richard.
I need to know your promo, do I? Well, Dion does a variety of exciting streaming stuff, including where he roleplays as an old grandma in GTA 5 and does retro games, which I believe he will be doing on Saturday Retro Gaming.
Yeah.
You can find Dion at Substances Used here on Twitch, where he might use a substance. Tune in
Hey,
and find out.
you forgot the part about his super cool, awesome friends like us.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's that.
I'm not one of those super cool, awesome friends, so I don't want to promote them.
Dion
Oh.
has channel points where you can force him to take substances.
That's
Yes.
Right. But if you found us, you know where we are, twitch.tv/Steam Steal Murder, or check us out on YouTube, or go to Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com. All of our links are there, including to our Discord, where you can get a hold of Bill or any of us, get into games if you are so inclined. And the podcast has been going on over 13 years. Yeah. A long time. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Steven, thanks for stopping in. Say good night, everybody.
Good night,
Everybody.
everybody.
everybody.